Hello and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and tell a friend. On the docket today, we have 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 7, Fatal Attraction. Well, before we dive into this, I want to thank the new subscribers to our channel. Welcome to our little family. And we hope you're in the live chat or in the replay crew comments. Thank you for joining. All right, Jamal, steer the ship.
Okay, let's start with people we don't care about.
Sorry.
Let's start with Statler. Now, Statler is excited. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So Statler's on her way
I was just minding her.
To England, which is great for her. She's excited. Being from Texas, she's, but it's not her first. We know it's not her first trip to England. We know that, but she's still excited. She's excited to meet Dempsey. Dempsey, is coming from what?
Thailand. Yeah.
She's delayed. Statler's upset, allegedly. And, I was really hoping to see him. But girl, things haven't shut up. So, she's going to deal with that. She's booked the hotel room, aka TLC's booked the hotel room at this nice hotel in Manchester. So they're going to wind up meeting in Manchester and then staying the night in the hotel, then driving up to Darlington the next day. So, I want to say she's in a cab talking to the guy. He's like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. He's like, yeah, it gets chilly up there. She's like, yeah, it gets cold. I'm like, okay. Gets to the hotel. Now, did she take the train? She took the train into Manchester. So it was like a 3-hour train ride. Beautiful scene. Loved it.
Why didn't she fly into Manchester? Because they have 2 airports.
The TLC wasn't paying for that. That's what it is. And so they booked her on the cheapest way to get there that they could. So that's why she didn't fly into Manchester. I thought about that too. I'm like, we just gonna roll with it until we on the show. TLC wasn't paying for that. But now we're gonna fly you into the cheapest gate, and you're gonna take this 3-hour train ride, and get us some extra content. One, they was being cheap, and 2, they needed that filler content of her on the train doing all this. It's so beautiful. That's what y'all did. It's okay. We understand. So, she gets to the hotel. Okay, here's the thing, ma'am. This is where the kind of new Jamal's coming out. I used to give grace with TLC and these characters and give them a benefit of the doubt, go with the storyline. We're not going with the storyline on this bullshit. Ma'am, you have been to England before. We know that. Why are you surprised at the size of the rooms? Why are you acting like it's your first trip? This is where she kind of annoys me.
Maybe the other girl picked her up from the airport and took her to her home instead of because, if you don't have TLC money, you ain't staying at the hotel.
But it's the fact that she said this is kind of small, but this is England, so they don't have much space. Well, you already know that.
But she was really complaining about the layout, where the crapper was in comparison to where the bed was.
Well, when you have limited space, things are going to be much closer together. As I said, ma'am, you know this. Stop complaining. Be happy TLC didn't put you at the Holiday Inn Manchester on Route 66. Shut up. Be quiet. So she goes through all that. She catches a parasite. And I kind of felt bad for her, but I didn't need to hear you on the toilet. We could have bypassed that, but it's part of the storyline. So next day, wakes up. Her, she's happy that Dempsey's replying because she's feeling some kind of way. Like, well, Dempsey's not really communicating with me. Are you with someone else? Probably, but anyway, it is what it is. They start communicating, and she's happy. So she goes to the doctor, gets some medicine. She's still not feeling great, but she's feeling better. So they communicate and they meet up. She sends her a pen and says, let's meet up here. So they meet up. Dempsey's real cute. I like Dempsey, but she hiding something, but it's okay. We'll get there. And they're kind of cute. Like I said, like I told you off camera, I want to root for Statler, but she's a little annoying. she's a touch annoying for me.
Okay, so Ryan has a question. Ryan says, "Am I the only one who thinks Statler's personality is an act? Is that awkwardness attractive to other women?" I know it's not attractive to me, but I'm not attracted to women that way. Um, her fidgetiness would be a deterrent to me because if you're that fidgety that way, when I need you to get down to do what you need to do, I don't want you fumbling and bumbling, bitch. Like,
Here's the thing with Statler. You know the fidgetiness. The problem I had with her. How are you going to say you're so excited to see someone, blah 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 blah, but you're standing like 6 feet apart? Like, like her whole body language was very like, you might be a little too close. Like when Dempsey went to go touch her, she flinched, and for me, that's a turn
mm.
off. I don't like that.
Jamal, repeat what you just said because it went a little
Sure.
wonky.
Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
Statler's body language, right? It was more of like if
Mm-hmm.
she was shrinking away from Dempsey, and when Dempsey touched her, she kind of flinched. I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that. I didn't like that. Mm. Can you guys can you guys hear me? Okay.
Okay. Turn off your background.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Uh-huh.
All right. Mm, okay. There we go. How's that?
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see if we can get this to work. I'm sorry, y'all. Technical issues here. Um, Hello, everyone in the chat. Black Lavender, Ryan, Rounds, Erica. Let's see, Susan, Black Lavender. Um, Hold on. I think someone else. Hey, Crazy Cat Mama. Welcome, welcome. Um, you can hear us both. Okay. All right. Okay. You know we're not professional here, so I am sorry. I apologize. I I kind of I'm not on the toilet trend with TLC. I didn't get that out of the way. It's very annoying. I got very bored of Statler. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see any reason why to like she couldn't even draw me in with her parasite. Okay. Um, but when Dempsey arrived, she seemed really nice. And I told Jamal, I said, Jamal, I feel like Dempsey is too good for Statler, but um, Statler has a long, not Statler, Dempsey has a long way to fall in my eyes at this point. So, what are we gonna do? Um, do I think this is gonna work? No, no, I
Mm-mm.
don't. Um, do I care at this point? No, I don't. Did I like the preview for next week? No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
Oh
It made me
Lord.
like it made me just the preview next week actually kind of made me dislike Dempsey. No, Statler. Sorry, I just didn't like
Black
that.
Black Lavender says Statler was boring. God. All right, so who do we have next?
Let's stay in England with Chloe and Christian. This is another couple I'm kind of not caring about either at this point, and here is why.
Mhm.
This is a complete mismatch. I'm not sure what they were trying to do with this. Cleo, I want to like you, I really do, but everything can't be about your autism. Like it's great that you're on the show and you have the representation because I think it's what's needed, but it like everything about you can't be completely enveloped with autism.
But when you say that, I think the reason why they keep on bringing up the autism is because he's willfully ignoring it. Because remember when okay, she described her type of autism, or what impacts her the most is social situations, overstimulation kind of
Mm-hmm.
shuts her down and stuff like that. And yet they're at that first little place where they're on a patio or something and they're having drinks, but he's bored. He want to go out to the club. And he's like, let's go someplace more active so I can bring her out of her shell. She's not shy. She has a condition. And it's like his willful misunderstanding of her situation that is grinding on my nerves. And she is compromising and going with him into a situation that I know she's not exactly going to feel comfortable in because of her autism. And I think that's why TLC keeps on reminding us about it, because he's doing everything to agitate her situation. They get to the bar. She's sitting there. She looks uncomfortable. She's doing stuff with her hands because she's uncomfortable. And he's trying to have a conversation with her in a noisy ass environment, which she can't hear and is probably triggering her. And then when he's not getting the feedback that he wants, he turns to the other table and starts chatting them up. And you're making her feel someone who's insecure already, like she's not good enough to even have a conversation with. But your dumbass didn't want to have a conversation with her when you could hear her properly. I don't know. It's very infuriating for me. Like, I just don't like him. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like him. I'm not in love with Cleo either, but his behaviors are repulsive to me, and his hairline is irritating me. And I know I shouldn't say that, but it is.
Could be me. But I think what happened with her, this is where Cleo made a fatal mistake. In my this is just my opinion. You're like the hostess, and part of your autism is in anxiety. So that being said, when you know you need structure, you need to plan things out. And I think that's where she kind of like left. You don't leave something like that when you have a condition to someone else, and you don't do things to make someone else feel comfortable, because you being uncomfortable makes everyone uncomfortable. And I just felt
but he
bad
don't
for
care.
her.
He don't care.
He loves it. He loves the show. Who said that? Erica said it. Christian is a performer. He needs an yes. An audience of Cleo and the dogs is not enough for him.
But look, no, it's cats. Because he's the dog person. He's even ignoring her cats.
Cats.
All right, so Ryan said Christian is an airplane creep. Yup. Why was he trying to get drinks for teenagers? Next.
He's like, I make friends wherever I go, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we understand that, Christian. We really do.
We Tina, welcome.
We caught that, Christian. We understand. We know what that
and
is.
And Cleo caught it too.
Oh, yeah, she caught that.
She ain't dumb. I don't see them making it. Nope. He like pushing her. Yes, auntie. He does, but to her detriment. And she's trying to compromise for him because he's the visitor. She wants to make it nice for him. And I guess in the hopes of him liking her. Girl, as soon as I saw what was under that hat, I would have been dried up like the Sahara. Sorry. Anything else with them?
Yeah.
Okay. Who art is next?
I'm trying to think. So we have Riley and Violet. We have
Misha.
We're gonna get Tyree out the way because I'm sorry. This is I don't care. Like, this is stupid, dumb. Like, here's my whole thing though. Sir, your sister then did the research. She has done the research, done the reverse imaging, all that good stuff. Told you it is what it is at this point. But I'm sorry though. I'm going to call BS on the private investigator. And I say that because I'm thinking like the sister seemed like she did extensive research, but how did she not find the cam girl stuff? And how did she not find the Twitter? Because
because production is leaking this out bit by bit to give him a little play on each episode so he could get a paycheck. Did we ever see a placard or a storefront sign for the PI? I don't think so. So I assume he is production crew. And since they blurred out the girl's video, is it really her? I don't know. I don't care at this point. I am just infuriated that he planning to go back down to my home country and bring this fraud down there when we all know, or at least I do, in my opinion, that he has been having an emotional relationship with this man, Christian, and needed to make a few dollars for him and his family by bringing him on this stupid show.
Okay, Debbie. Am I the only one who noticed that or was confused by the fact that the PI works in the whole office building with no name on the door? Did you notice that?
That's why I asked. Did anybody see a placard or a store sign? Because I'm old and I miss things, and I be doing stuff when the dumb show is on, so I be missing things. I miss the ending credits every week. So y'all can tell me. I'm not hurt if y'all correct me. I'm not. If y'all do it in a nice way.
And here's the thing. And also the whole thing, when he said, this is when I really just wanted to fast forward. But I was on the train. I was like, I'll just deal with this because I have to watch it anyway. When he said that, I don't think it's really her. I think that it's her, either her boyfriend or her husband trying to break us up. I'm like,
but here's the thing.
I'm like,
he's never even heard her voice because he's only been doing messages with her, right?
From what I gathered, yes.
So then how does he know it's her or it's not her? He's never seen her in live motion. He's only like, I can copy and paste a picture and send it to him.
No, he's saying the written communication. It could be her boy. Let's back this up.
If he's been talking to her for 4 years, a tone of a person that you've been talking to. And if that tone switches up, it sounds like someone else completely. This man is an idiot.
But I just want to go back. Like, so you're upset that potentially this girl's boyfriend or husband is trying to break y'all up. I'm just like,
is this the pimp or is this the jailhouse partner? Like, he has come up with so many differing stories to make us buy this fantastical journey that he's on. I'm so disappointed that TLC has condoned this. And they are force feeding this to us because I feel like his original idea was even worse than this. And this is what the producers have come up with and gotten his whole family in on this scam.
It's like he's writing his own storyline as he goes. And I'm really upset with his sister. I'm really upset with his sister because I thought
which sister? Sister one or sister two?
Lashanti.
Sister one.
I'm really disappointed in her because she seems pretty smart, and if this is a whole game, I would have expected her to take the lead on this and be like, no, we're gonna write this out for you, Tyree, because this is you can't have me looking out here as crazy as I'm going to look by going on with this bullshit. This whole storyline has just gone to pieces. This is terrible.
I feel she has said this because some of the eye rolls that she has given him is, to me, seems like a lead up to saying, Tyree, are you fucking stupid? Stop. Mm-hmm. But they edit it out.
Fair. That's fair.
Now, Auntie thinks it's fake, and Raya says, I don't think he's this dumb. He's trying to get a minimum number of episodes so that he can get paid for his embarrassment.
And y'all notice how Y'all notice how we didn't see the PI log into that computer, right?
Child.
Like yeah, like everything was already open and set up. I'm like, what?
It's just painful. It's just painful watching this story. And I know I'm going to get like super upset when he's on that plane going down to Barbados to meet who? The gal up in Bakersfield.
And here's the whole thing: the way the PI just like, yeah, like it's raunchier. I'm like, I mean, she's already on escort sites. Oh, like if you don't give me raunchy, like at least give me a prawn site, please. Like, don't give me cam work and Twitter. And sir, like you kind of let it slip when he said like, oh, this is her main Twitter account. Main, where are the other ones then? How
Oh,
come the
Lord.
sister? How come the sister didn't find these Twitter? Like I said, this whole storyline is just. And they go and Debbie, I'm gonna feel bad for you. When they go to the Barbados and just drag your country into this. I'm so sorry.
Not really, because ain't not one fucking person down there that know him. So he's just going to be a tour ass. And I wish I knew when he went, so I could have called immigration so he could have been blocked from entering the country. Return to sender immediately. Women
And
see something with Tyree. His whole family handles him with kids' glove. Why is that? Why is that?
because he's the most sensitive, and basically, here's the thing: he's the one they expected not to find nobody.
The
And
fuck?
here's my whole thing: I'm going to need TLC to provide actual receipts of him getting on the plane, getting up in the Barbados, because here's the whole thing, and we have to like be honest with this. We have to like call a thing at this point because this is what we do in this season. We not playing with y'all TLC this season. The main Twitter account says they're located in California. They said
Mm-hmm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Why y'all gonna play with us and send him to the Barbados?
Because
That makes
Ryan
no
said, "Where's
sense.
the man Christian who was actually talking to him? Is he in Barbados?" I bloody well hope not.
But does it what makes sense? Like y'all know this person's in California, but y'all still gonna send him to the Barbados.
I don't know. He
which
might be the
makes me
youngest
think,
too.
and I know this is messy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Something tells me that TLC has found one, TLC has found Christian and he is in the Barbados,
Mm-hmm.
or two, Tyree has already spoken to Christian off camera.
Of course he has, because that's his boyfriend. And this is how he coming out to his family. Like, hello. If we fucking find out that Christian is in Bakersfield, I'm be pissed. I'll be pissed.
Like I said, this storyline of all of them makes the least amount of sense based on the information that TLC themselves has already given us.
It's just dumb. It's just
Everything
dumb.
says this Carmela is in California.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all show that she's been working in California,
Servicing the entire West Coast.
but y'all gonna send him to the Barbados. Yeah, this storyline is just a whole mess.
To find a girl that don't even exist. Okay. Hmm. All right. Let's move along. Let's
Yeah,
move
we'll move
along. Do
along.
we want to do Misha and Nicole was on Nicola?
Nicola, yes.
All
Okay,
right, let's do them.
gorgeous scenery, gorgeous scenery. And can we give Misha her props? Can we take a moment and just say
Do we really
Misha?
have to?
We have to. We have to. Because
Why?
she is gorgeous and fit as
Mm-hmm.
she killing it on site. I'm not mad at her, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
mad at her because when you see them together, it's like, hmm, what, how, really? But the way she
Crazy.
changed those
Wait,
clothes,
hold
no
on.
cars,
Crazy Cat Mama says, give her the man's full name, and she'll find him if he's in Bakersfield. We're gonna have to ask TLC for that.
right?
Because at this
Sunway.
point, I don't believe even Christian is a name.
Sunway. Are you talking about Misha?
For real, or maybe Carmela.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So this couple,
Mm-hmm.
Misha killing the game. Gonna give you that. And the fact that she changed, she got out the car. She's like, wait a minute, I'm underdressed. I gotta change into the dress. She jumped in that back seat, changed real quick. He's like, what is she doing? He's like, I'm
That was
confused.
so performative. That was
Of course it was.
so performative. I was so irritated with that. I thought they were going to the wedding, then to realize that they weren't. They was going sightseeing.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking waste of my brain cells.
I laughed because he's like, I'm
Mm-mm.
so confused. So they walk along, take some photos, they talk a little bit. Now, I see her point of view about wanting to meet the family. They only have too much time. And I did like her straightforwardness.
Mm-hmm.
When she said, like, we're not engaged by the time I leave, it's been 7 years, then this is done. She's like, that way we're not trapped in this space. And he's looking like this is like the first time in like 7 years that she's ever threatened the relationship. I've never heard her talk this way before. I'm like, well, sir, she's
Mm-hmm.
43 and she's not trying to be alone the rest of her life. She's already been through a marriage and kids, so she already knows what she wants. Like, it is what it is. You are still like 50 living with your mama with no job.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys aren't quite on the same page yet. I agree more with her than I do with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's more like, I'm just gonna take it as it is, which is okay, but not within these constraints.
Mm-hmm.
And Misha, I'm telling you right now, he's already said he's not going to change. He's very judgmental because she
Mm-hmm.
brought up about her kids. Like, what if my daughters want to go have fun, have boyfriends, and do they thug life, do the coochie coo? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to argue with you about your kids because if I argue with them, then it'll hurt our relationship. And that right there tells me, yeah, he's gonna be judging your kids. He's gonna be judging your
Mm-hmm.
parenting because what's gonna happen is he's gonna get mad at her and he's gonna talk about her as a mother, and it's all gonna break loose. It's all gonna break loose.
But you notice that he got a lot of opinions for a person who ain't never been in a relationship, who had never fucked, who ain't never had kids, who ain't never done nothing except read the Bible and con people out of their money online regarding the Bible. And when he has said that part that she had never done anything like this in 7 years, that to me says, well, I've had her under control for 7 years. What's going
Mm,
wrong now? How do I need to
mm,
retool what I'm saying to bring her back in?
I
But she
got
was also halfway across the world too,
you. Right,
and living her best fucking life without you.
right.
And when she got him to go dancing, even though he said, where is it in the Bible? I hate whenever he brings that up. Where is it in the Bible? That tells me that you're a con artist, because you always trying to bring up something in the Bible to justify somebody else being wrong. Shut up.
Hmm.
Shut up. It is a form of control. I do not like him.
But
I
did you
do
see him
not.
in the club though? Did you see him in the club?
He was dancing and
Thank you,
drinking, and
thank you.
it came a little bit too naturally.
Naturally,
That's, I feel like they've met before. I feel like they've had sex before. I feel like on the regular, besides fishing, he be drinking and going out and seeing women.
and here's the thing: Misha came in. She was doing her thing, and he slid right in next to her with his drink, doing his two step, and that wasn't the first time two
Mm-hmm.
step.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ryan
where I'm.
says, I'll say it again, he's afraid of women. Leave him for his mama. Ooh.
So Debbie,
Mm.
I've been thinking about this for a couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Does Nicholas seem a little bit performative to you?
Yeah. But he has to be, because he running
Mm-hmm.
scams on his internet website. And Ryan says, why didn't he just become a priest? Boom! He's already got the vow of celibacy going for him. Well, he probably didn't become a priest because he probably doesn't like young boys. He likes girls. Just joking. Just joking. But yeah, if he's so religious, why didn't he go into theology? Why didn't he go into an order? What did he do instead? Go online.
Exactly. And then let's talk about like how, when they were talking and she wanted to go, he's like, okay, when you go to these things, you only stay like 30 minutes max. And she's like, okay, fine, whatever. And he's like, if you want to go, we'll go. He's like, oh, for you, I'll go. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
right. So you go. He's like, go. He's like, okay, 5 minutes. And then he's like, okay, 10 minutes max. I'm like, really?
And then he's in there and
Right.
he's partying and he's drinking. Yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
oh, this is just too
Whatever.
funny. Oh, these two are hilarious to me. Let's see how I'm not really interested in them that much, to be completely honest, because we know this is not really. It is what it's not a thing. It's too bad though.
Okay, so Ryan asked, didn't King David dance for God in the Bible? I know there's a Fred Hammond song about it. Oh, I don't know. But there was a lot of drinking. There was a lot of hoeing. There's a lot of churn. Um, yeah. And how did they come up with these 10 commandments if people weren't breaking them in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, come on now. I'm sorry. I just don't like him. I think he's slimy. Yeah, whatever. I don't like people who use the any sort of religious text in order to make others feel bad. I just don't.
Right. No, I get that totally.
All right,
Yeah.
who is next? We
We got
have
Violet
Riley,
and
Gino, and that's it, I think.
okay. I
Mhm.
said we do Riley and Violet.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So with these two, they they have a conversation.
Hmm.
They I like that the fact that she's straightforward. I
Hmm.
really do. And she just told him like, you're in Vietnam, you have to learn the culture, this, and that. Like my mom felt you were rude. You're jealous. Mom said he was jealous. She felt he was jealous and trying to control her, and was disappointed that he didn't bring the mother any gifts. And here's my whole thing with him. Even in America, when you meet someone, especially their mother, parents, particularly the mother the first time, you always show up with either flowers, chocolates, or both. Like you can't go wrong with that.
Hmm.
You can't go wrong with that. So for him not to show with anything from the mother, I'm looking at him like, ooh, mm.
It
It came
just
out.
seemed it was insulting, but I think there was a part where she told him not to bring anything for her mom, which he was stupid because he should have said to her, well, where I come from, if we're going to meet somebody's parents for the first time, we do bring a gift. If we go into somebody's home for the first time, we do bring a gift. So I'm just going to, if especially considering he had half the flea market for her girls,
Right.
how are you not showing up there for something for with her mother?
That
Like
made no sense.
and he bought all of this stuff from America for the girls, right?
Hmm.
You didn't buy anything for her mom from America?
It makes no
Okay.
sense.
Afterthought, like
That's not even an afterthought. That's just stupid.
just dumb. But again, I guess he feels the way to get to Violet is through her girls.
But some people you don't know.
Because uh,
True, but you don't know the culture. That just something you don't know the culture. Because if
mm-hmm,
you knew anything about the culture, you understand like going to a parent's home, like you always have to show respect in the home.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
even in America, we know not to show your ass in front of the mama the first time you meet them.
But this
Just
is
saying.
why I disown him as a Caribbean person. Because if you know you're going to this woman's house and her mother is there, he has to know that she lives with her mother. He wanted to go there to meet her family,
Hmm.
and you did not bring a thing for her mom. You are not a Caribbean person. I'm sorry.
Oh
Officially
wow.
disowned from the Caribbean basin. Sorry. Unacceptable. And that includes Panama and Guyana.
Oh, damn. Just provoking cards out here. But anyway, with these two, they have the conversations. They each let each other know like how they feel. It was a good conversation. Now we're gonna just fast forward to the dinner. And here's why I have a problem with Riley. You don't set Violet up like that. Violet just thought she was going to meet a friend of yours who's close to you, which I understand. But for you to send Tiffany in to attack her unprepared was wrong.
Which they had agreed that they weren't going to talk about issues over the dinner or the past over the dinner. They had agreed to that. That was like a
Mm-hmm.
starting over dinner. And he
Mm-hmm.
came in, and this is why I don't like Riley. Riley, you scared of Violet and you can't ask the questions of Violet. So you bring in your good girlfriend, Tiffany, to play attack dog for you. I have
I know that.
absolutely no respect for you.
And Ryan has a good point.
Mhm.
Riley tried to play the race to pull the race card. I didn't like
Yes.
it. He's just insecure about himself and projected that on Violet. People in major Vietnamese cities have seen black people.
Yep. Yep.
I
I
didn't
didn't
that,
like that either.
and I don't understand. Like, so as a black person, I've been in situations where I've been like either one of one or one of two or whatever, right? But I've never felt some sort of way because the way I look at it, if you're looking at me, that just means you have good taste, and that's just the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with Ryan. His all his insecurities just came down like like she calls him ugly. Um,
Exactly. She didn't say anything racist, but he brought
no
up racist.
race.
But she hit his insecurities. She called him big and ugly.
Yeah,
Right. She called him big and ugly. And what he said to her was, you don't say that to me, especially a female doesn't say that to her man. It's not exactly how he said it, but he
right.
was saying in that, context, a female does not say that to her man. Why the fuck not? If he is, he is.
But he's yours.
Exactly.
But going back to the insecurity thing, that to me it just came across because if people are looking at you, like I said, you in your head, you have to be secure enough to say, "Hey,
Mhm.
they have good taste," because you should have confidence within yourself. Like your confidence shouldn't come from the outside world as validation for yourself. You should already have that internally. And when he said all of that, I was just like, "Wow, this is really how you feel
Mhm.
about yourself."
Mhm.
Like because if she really thought you were a big and ugly, she would even invited you over. She would have invited her shirtless friend over.
Mhm. Sunway, Violet did tell him not to bring anything to her mother. She did. But if he's all about the culture, then he should have
Right.
known you don't come in there with two long hands scraping your knuckles on the fucking cement floor without something for her mother. He's an idiot.
To me, I think that was a test. I really feel that way,
It
and he
was a
failed it.
test.
And he
It was
failed
a
it.
test. And it should have been common sense. You have a shitload of stuff for her daughters, but you didn't even bring a lipstick for the mother. Someone said there was a flower shop across the street from Violet Place that he could have picked up flowers
Oh
at the
wow.
last minute. Like, come on now. Come on now. Black Lavender says that phone call was definitely an ambush. Sure was. That was a Mitch move to have some other woman do his dirty work. Yes. Yes. After that phone call, Violet definitely wasn't given any that night. Well, I don't think she was ever gonna give him anything. He was gonna go home with a pair of blue and purple balls at that point. Um, she didn't say that to her mom. She was talking to her friend, not him. Oh, she didn't say that to her man. Sorry. She was saying that to her friend, not him. Right. And to me, that this you talking about the seamstress, right, Ryan? When she said ugly and
Right.
fat. Right. That's telling that girl back off, because that seamstress was asking her, starting down a pathway, asking some personal questions. That's your boyfriend and da da da. No, he old and fat. Stay away from him. That's what that is. Sounds like it's agree. Okay, alrighty. Anything else with them? I just do not like him. I am Team Violet. Let me tell you, Violet is running a shuck and jive on him. Let's just call a thing a thing. He is one of many, but he had the audacity to show up in Vietnam. So, sir, you get what she gives you. You should have never went.
No.
You had all of the indicators, all of the red flags. You should have never went to Vietnam.
And now that you said that, that just takes me back. Like, he went into the trip with insecurities. And they just manifested. Like, I'm like, well, sir, like, if you're that insecure about yourself, why would you even go? Like, if you have any questions about, like, how she feels about you, the relationship, you shouldn't have even gone.
Honestly, he wants to be disappointed. In my opinion, he wants to be disappointed.
And I'm going to say this, that you said it. He wants to think the worst of her at all times.
Yep. And how you keep on saying that this could be the one, and yet you don't like her. How do you think that somebody could be the one? You don't trust her. You think she's a liar. You don't think she's divorced. Like, how is that the one? Unless you have a very skewed idea of what your one is, but that sure enough ain't mine. What foundation do you have if you don't even have trust?
Exactly. Have they been talking about 2 years? Is it 2 years with them?
I think so. Ain't that when the last one ran away from him?
Agreed, Debbie. When you keep looking for something bad, you eventually find it. He's not even looking for it. He's not even looking for it. He's literally projecting everything on her, which is not fair.
Hot mess. Hot mess. Yeah, I'm done with them. He's a douche. All right, is it these two?
Yes.
Jasmine, Gino. Okay. Let it rip.
Okay. So these two, I didn't care about them really early in the season. They tickled me on this one. So Jasmine's taking him to the Panama Canal. You know, because he's an engineer. I'm like, that's really nice. And Gino really wanted to go.
But wait.
Okay.
How many times he been there? He's been an engineer every time that he been there, but this is the first time he found his ass down to the Panama Canal. Okay, next.
Okay, y'all. See, Debbie busted the storyline bubble this time. It wasn't me. It was Debbie. So Gino and Jasmine are faking going to the Panama Canal for the first time, in my opinion. And, you know, Gino's ignoring her as he's trying to talk to her. So she's getting pissed. She's like, Gino, I'm trying to communicate with you. You're not listening. And then she brings up her ex. She's all, you know, I was with my ex for 8 years, and our main issue was communication. And he was like, well, I was with my ex for 7 years, and communication was never a problem. And that's when she said, okay, so then why did you get a divorce? I'm like, oops. Shots fired. Good point. Good question. He's like, we always got along. I'm like, sir, but you guys got divorced. So that's a lie.
But they grew apart and they communicated that and they got divorced. But with Jasmine, he probably busted you cheating, or he was cheating because he was tired of you. And then he took all the money and left you penniless, and he didn't tell you about it. So it was a breakdown of fucking communication and financials. So you can be good communicators and know when you're growing apart. But Jasmine's never been in a proper relationship in her whole entire life. So then she doesn't know that. Not that Gino's been in one either. But But what killed me was when she said, "Why are you bringing up your ex?" He was like, if you could do it, I could do it too. Just let me enjoy the scenery.
Right.
Gino, I love you.
Okay, but then she came back with it though. She's like, yeah, your ex is the one who showed news of me, so there's that. I'm like, well,
But it wasn't his ex-wife though.
it was the ex girlfriend.
Right, but he was talking about his
It was
ex-wife
the ex
being
wife.
married to her.
But
So
but he said, but he no, what he asked is why can't I bring up any of my exes? That's
mm,
why it was the multiples. So
well, we
it
don't
was.
want her bringing up her exes because she's still fucking them. How about that?
I
I said it
mean,
for him. I said it for him.
well,
I'm gonna do a Tiffany. I said it for him.
hmm I'm just
TLC,
saying.
break me off a check.
So, he real mad. They mad at each other, and then they go have a walk and they go sit down. He asks about Dane, and shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Jasmine's friend circle for just spilling all the beans. Um, Sucks for you,
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine. You get a new circle off camera, but for the on camera, Juana and Yura can stay. We like them because they told Gina all the
Mm-hmm.
business. That Dane is actually her ex boyfriend. That she lied, and yeah.
I agree
And how
with
about the fact
Ryan. It was so dumb for her to say that we were just comparing exes.
right? But can we talk about
Mm-hmm.
how she fantasizing about her and Dean having sex because Gino not giving her none? I'm like, oops, well, Jasmine, you didn't really say all that. Gino, you should have really asked all that, but you did, and I'm grateful for you for it because it was a hilarious scene for me. Yeah, yeah. And he's like, why are you, how are you fantasizing having sex? He's all like, were you guys, as you broke up, were you guys having sex? She's like, well, I love when she kind of looked down like this, like, well, we kind of became friends with being a fit because the sex was good. I hollered. I'm sorry. I hollered because it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
See, I heard that a totally different way. I heard that he would schedule an appointment, she would show up, and there would be payment on the bedside table when she was done and get out right afterwards. You could take a shower when you get back home. Friends would benefit my ass.
And she kept saying like, "We're just friends. We're just friends." And he looked at her like, And when she told him that that he lives in the same building, I hollered. I'm like, "Oops." He's
Mm-hmm.
like, "What? Huh?" And in the
Yep.
confessional, he's like, "I would have never paid for her to stay in that apartment if I had known he was in the building." I'm like, "Well, that's why you guys need to ask the questions."
Okay, so she's been moving around from expat building to expat building, moving on up like George Jefferson. You don't think she had a friend with benefits in every single one of them buildings? Come on now. Come
And my
on
whole thing with
now.
him is this, Gino, and this is where I fault him on this. You weren't understanding that she kept every time she moved, she leveled up a little bit. You didn't
Mhm.
understand that she was leveling up each time.
The last season that we saw them, right? The rent was $1,000. It's up to
Mm-hmm.
3 grand now.
Yes.
And who's paying that? Gino, you.
Yes.
Before the apartment was just for her. Now it's her and her sister. Her sister don't even live there. Don't it look like the sister don't live there?
But there was no explanation given of why the sister was living with her.
Mm. Ryan says Jasmine's just digging her hole deeper and deeper and will watch her green card fly away back to Michigan. At this point, she doesn't want that green card. She is systematically trying to end this relationship and make
Yes.
him look bad at it while displaying her menu of services for her future endeavors. She's putting out her calling card for next.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's doing.
But can we be completely let's blow this really up out the spot? She's
Mhm.
leveling up with just him.
Mhm.
With each level up, she's probably leveled up enough in clients to where she don't need him.
Mm-hmm.
And or she got somebody else in America on the string.
Of course she does, because she's probably still on the Sugar Baby site, or she doesn't even need that site anymore if she's on OF. And if Gino's not paying the rent, I'm sure she has someone, another benefactor who will. Is it really 3K, or did she tell Gino that so that she could build a net? I'm sure she padded it.
Yeah, she padded it.
She
Very
padded it because she has to send something to her kids.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And my whole thing with her is this. Oh my goodness, how can I put this? How can I put this? How can I put this?
You know, a girl always got to add on some for administrative fees.
Exactly. She's her own business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at this, and I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago, but go back to her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Gina only brought her back a pack of hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had 3K of bundles in her head.
That's what she's telling him. Of course, she's added on administrative fees.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Gino like, you just not getting it, are you? You just, her hair costs more than the rent that she allegedly is paying, and you ain't ask no questions about that.
For those people who know hair and wigs and stuff like that, does her hair look like human hair that's on her head? Because if it was me, he brought her a pack of human hair, I would have sold that. Because you could get more for that.
Yeah.
In the Caribbean than hair. You know, overseas.
It's human. It's human.
Her hair is human?
Her hair is human.
Does it look like 10 packs? Because when she was at the Panama Canal and she was like really like tossing it and stuff like that, that didn't look that thick.
Well, she doesn't get like, so with her hair, how can I put it? Remember the bundle he brought her was not that thick. So for her, and for as long as it is, that's about 10 packs. So you have to think about. I'm looking at her hair. I'm thinking 2 packs per session.
Okay.
And the way it's frizzing up,
it's human.
It's human. Like you could see the frizz in her hair.
Okay.
I wish we could have better, clearer shots though.
I was hoping that we could see underneath.
She's not letting that happen.
She almost did, because when she was flicking it, I saw like a line in between, like the back part, where it was a different length.
If we have any hair people on replay, can you let us know your thoughts about that? Because the way it's frizzing up gives me human hair, but I could be wrong because we haven't got any really good angles. But again, like Auntie's asking, who paid? Cause we all know Dane ain't paying for nothing. He's like, yeah, I'll be getting stuff for free for this long. I ain't paying now. Get out of here. Just saying. I'm just saying. These two are a whole mess.
What if Dane was her pimp?
We don't use pimp, Debbie. We use
contractor. Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Pimp.
Business partner.
Not business partner.
CFO. You know, it's just these two. These two were hilarious. They're a mess.
Mine does too. Anytime I get near water, my hair frizzes badly. Shit, my hair is frizzy right now.
Whole mess. Entertaining. Gino acting surprised. I'm not sure how he's surprised, but we'll kind of go with it for now.
Oh,
Brian, same.
I didn't think about that. Well, maybe. Do we care at this point?
I mean, since I think this season is playing itself out, it honestly, the storylines are kind of laying themselves out to bear.
And we're more interested in her hair.
Well, because we know what it is though. We know what they are at this point. Because she's okay. Her friends had already dimed her out twice, right? Her friends have dimed her out. She's quote unquote coming clean, sort of, about her situation with Dane living in the building. Like she's basically telling, like, look, this is the plan. This is what I've worked for. This is what it is. So now we can just sit back and be like, this is Gino. You're kind of late to the game.
But they're going to therapy next week.
Allegedly.
She's going to say accidentally, Dane told me to do therapy with you, and he's going to get pissed.
He's going to get pissed. Right. And then when he got mad when she told him they speak like every day.
And meet once a week or something like that, right? For coffee.
Okay.
Coffee. Okay. Ryan says, I'm waiting for Gino to snap and leave. Aren't we all? Put us out of our misery. Gee willikers. Did we get everybody?
We did, and I would love to be able to see the lease agreement for her apartment.
Like her month to month.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Well, guys, that was the episode. We went through all this BS for y'all. It went by fast, but it is tiresome. It is tiresome. 2 weeks without Amanda and Razvan. Well, I saw the previews this time, y'all. Y'all should be proud of me, because next week he said, I want to have sex. And she said, I'm on my period. And he said, my sword has to have blood on it or some shit like that. I fell out.
I was like, oh, okay. Alrighty then.
He's obviously not Muslim.
I was like, okay.
The sword was made to have blood on it. Slice and dice her. I like him. He's not stupid. Girl, what'd you expect? You came all the way over there to see the man that you hooked up with online, and you expect not to put on no panani? Okay, girl, whatever. Can't wait to see it. Look, just keep the socks on and he'll be good. He'll be good. All right, y'all. Join us in a couple of minutes and we'll do Match Me Abroad. I think I might have missed the last part of the show, but you will keep me informed.
All right.
All right, y'all. Join us in a couple minutes. We'll be right back. Give us time to set up, and we'll be here. Bring your notes. Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.